Hello, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Is it good to be back?
It's awesome to be back.
You've started work on the next album. How's that going?
Really well, actually. We've just taken time out to come over for the tour. So, we've got a lot of tracks down, strong ones. Actually, Joel's actually showing a few now to our manager, so they've been sounding really well,
Fabulous.
We just kind of end of this tour, we go back and continue writing.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Where have you been doing the pre-production this time?
Back in Melbourne,
yeah,
our hometown where it kind of all started. Well, home city anyway. But we're just in this big warehouse we've been hiring out there and kind of been writing there for the last few months. But yeah, it's been going well.
And last time we spoke to Joel, he said there might be a possibility of recording this next album in the UK. Is that still on the cards? Or?
Oh yeah, everything's on the cards for where we do it, I guess. It kind of depends on what producer we end up going with, Like, we're not at that stage yet who we're looking at going with, but we've got a few that we want to kind of talk to and, interview and see if they're the right guy for us, and it just depends on where we kind of end up in the studio.
Yeah.
But I'd love to come here. We've done the last two of the States, so...
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? So, going back a bit, which bands first got you into music?
Rose Tattoo was probably a great Aussie band. It was probably one of the first bands I've seen as well. AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, I think that was one of the first cassettes I ever had when I was younger. Iron Maiden, and then it just led on to all the others, And
I was going to say, do you remember the first album you ever bought?
I think it was, I forget the name, it was a cassette of my brother's of Led Zeppelin. I think it was Led Zeppelin the 3, is it? The third? And then I brought Razor's Edge album.
Yeah.
That was my first CD, but I had a cassette first.
Yeah. Oh,
a cigarette winding.
And when did you first pick up the guitar?
I think I actually played when I was like around 10 and 11, at primary school. Then I stopped and played drums for a few years.
Oh, right, okay.
And even played a bit of bass guitar and stuff, but I guess, then I picked it back up when I was like 17, 18, when I was kind of a bit later on really, but I think that's why I love playing rhythm, because my years of playing drums.
Yeah.
I didn't play in the band as a drummer, just kind of just stuffing around, playing around out in the shed.
Okay, and you've just completed a tour back in Australia. How was that? How did that go?
Yeah, really good. It's we just we did a tour there last year in October, and that was the first one in like 3 years, because we've been doing so much over this part of the world. And but it was kind of just the last. This is kind of like the end of No Guts, No Glory. That was the last little. Finished off with an Aussie tour and come back over here for the festivals and the maiden shows, and then we're going to just knuckle down on the album after this.
Yeah.
But,
fabulous. That's it. So as you've mentioned, supporting the mighty Iron Maiden. Obviously that tour must have been. Can you remember what it was like when you were first told you were going to support them? That must have been.
Yeah, well, we've done a show with them a couple of years ago at a festival. So
was that in Australia?
No, it was in Italy actually.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, and we kind of got to know some of the crew from when we did that tour with the Stone Gods.
Oh yeah.
Sean Maiden's guitar tech, one of the guitar techs was taking Stone Gods on that tour, so we kind of got palsy with Charlie, the drum tech, and a couple of the crew, and then we were supposed to do a tour in India with them a couple of years ago, and that fell through. And then so this came about, and we're like, awesome, this is great. And they're one of the best bands we've toured with so far.
Yeah.
Great bunch of guys.
That's it. And they're into their football, Maiden. As Steve Aaron Harris suggested a five-a-side.
Yeah.
With you, have you?
Yeah, actually I was reading an article on him the other day in, I think in Kerrang, that was he a league player or something? Or he could have been a league player or something.
I think he could have been, couldn't he?
Yeah, right.
So
that's good. We love our sport as well, but we're a bit uncoordinated with the soccer ball. We need like an oval shape sharing football,
To know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're back on the festivals, as you mentioned as well. And at Wacken, I believe you're on the true metal stage after Judas Priest.
Yes, that's right.
Is that right? So
it feels a bit disrespectful because we're big Judas Priest fans, but I think they're the headline act. We're just like the closing act for the night, so it's going to be a bit of a late one. We're on at like 12, nearly 1 o'clock.
That's
it's nearly time to go to bed. But,
you maybe be allowed to have a bit of pyro or something.
It's going to be a big show. We've brought in, we've gone all out on the lights and all that, and I'm not sure what we're doing. I'm not sure if we're going ahead with the pyro or we are or not. I can't remember what we're doing there, but it's going to be different. Yeah.
Be good,
Made the show big, especially if we're working.
Fabulous. And you played Sonosphere in the UK a couple of weeks ago. You had a huge crowd and a great reception at that. But did you get to see any of the other bands?
Bill Bailey.
Oh, did
At
you?
the end of the night, yeah. You know, we all like Bill Bailey, and you know, so it was kind of a weird thing having, you know, comedians at the festival, but in a good way. But so we kind of just, after that, yeah, just we had to hit the road, but we hang around long enough to see his show and then get out of there. Yeah. We got in a bit late too because we had to come from a Sonosphere in Sweden.
Okay.
So we had to fly in that morning, then get to Nebworth. So it was a bit of a rush.
So you missed the big four.
Yeah, unfortunately. We left the day we played to get back over to Europe again.
Did you catch them anywhere else?
No, we've kind of been in and out really quick. It's been a pretty busy schedule, so we've just played and had to hit the road. Like, for instance, we did a Sonosphere in France and had to get to Sweden the next day, and then from there to Nebworth. So it's been just playing off stage, dry your hair, get in the bus, go kind of thing.
And go again.
Yeah.
That's it. Is there a particular band that you keep missing at the festivals that you'd kind of like to see that you really wish you'd?
Well, I really want to see Judas Priest. It's kind of, but because they're playing before us, it kind of comes into our warm-up time a bit, you know. But I'm definitely going to try and catch half their set.
Catch a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. I'm pretty happy at the moment doing the Maiden tour and seeing them every night.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Boring.
Did you hear that Lady Gaga is a huge fan of Airbourne?
I did hear that.
Apparently she dances around naked to your music.
Apparently, yeah, I did hear that. It was on Triple M radio back in Australia.
That's right, yeah.
Apparently she loves her metal and rock and roll, and hey, that's good. You know, if she says that in interviews and it taps into some of her fan base, that's a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. And tonight you're playing the rescheduled show, which everybody's really been looking forward to. Do we expect any surprises? Any new material?
I probably won't play any new material because of just keeping that a bit of a secret. But it's just Running Wild, tracks off the first and second album, and we'll jump it up a bit to anyone who's seen us last year. It'll be a bit of a different show, but it's just be good old Airbourne, you know.
That's it. That's what everybody wants, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully. Well, none of us are sick this time, so we should be right to go. Yeah.
And when can we see you back in the? Expect to see you back in the UK after that?
Well, hope next year for sure. You know, we don't want to stuff around too long doing the album. I think we'll hopefully get in the studio soon. You know, in the next few months we'll have it done for the rest of the year, and then I guess we'll start next year off fresh and get straight out on the road. And nothing's locked in at this stage, but you know, we'll be back next year.
Fabulous. That's great. We've just got before we go. We've just got a gift for you. We've just got a little. There you go.
Awesome. I've been looking forward to seeing this. Yeah, that's unreal. How do you put the print on?
Paint
on, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
Fabulous. Thanks for your time.
Oh, no worries
Have
at all.
a great show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for the jacket, heaps.